Welcome to today's trade ideas and signal. So I have to quickly do this update on our trade tonight so that at least we'll be able to keep up with what is happening in the market currently. And as you can see, we experienced some kind of movement in the past 2 weeks. And with the way the market has been reacting ever since then, it requires us to take caution with the way we place our trade and the way we handle our trades. So these are the highlighted levels that I did highlighted in our previous trade ideas and signals. So, and we've been kind of seeing some reactions, and I made it known. I guess this is the two trades I gave during our last in our previous episode. So I gave a trade from this internal structure that we have at this particular level. I personally took a trade from this level, and I told us that okay, we're anticipating some kind of retracement into back into this reclaim order block that we have here. So then after I dropped the analysis, I guess maybe either Monday or two, no, I think maybe it was Monday I dropped the analysis. And today is Thursday. I'm doing this Thursday night, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. So on Monday, we did have some kind of retracement back into the level that I suggested that we take our trace from. So it happened, and we kind of come back into the level to tap the level and continue to move into the highs. Let's assume we reduce our point of entry because personally I was anticipating that okay, maybe we can take the liquidity below this low before we go into the highs. But and I made a point that, okay, I'm not believing in sell any longer. But because of this particular level and because of what we have on 4 hour, I was kind of like, okay, we have this breaker block here that price can actually sell from. And from what we see would have happened yesterday, we trade into the level and we kind of have some kind of retracement. Actually, initially last 2 weeks, I guess last 2 weeks, yes, or last week, I gave a trade regarding this level. I'll pick from this mitigation block one and one internal structure within this particular leg, and at the same time picking this breaker block, making it three trades within the level that I'm anticipating something from because I actually want to capitalize on the leg. But having this kind of movement and this liquidity be taken before we reverse into the high, and having what is it called, this internal structure being transcended into the eye, because we pick a trade from this level, this mitigation blocks also was transcended and it wasn't holding. So it kind of gave me an impression that okay, we are we might actually be, and there is a point I forgot to make on in our past video because of what is happening on weekly from this particular level, from this leg. And that's the reason why I'm actually, because this particular leg on weekly is supposed to be close below. Let's assume our sell is in order and it's actually we want to sell from this level above here. So I'm anticipating the fact that this inside bar that was created last week should have been able to do what? To close below this low. And what we see? We see a very aggressive rejection from weekly, and that's kind of aligned with my confidence that we might be actually buying. And but from what we are seeing from this level here, and I gave this trade in my last episode that okay, we might want to be buying from this particular leg that we have here. And what do we see? We see that market bought from the place. But the kind of reaction we are having, and this particular, like the reason why I canceled my other two trades was because I was actually, if I thought if this leg is going to be a appropriate one in selling, we should be expecting that this particular leg should at least tap this mitigation block before coming down. But what do we see? We see this reaction, which further suggests that we might actually be buy. So, but still point out that the breaker block that I have here, at least we'll be expecting some kind of movement from within the level that we might not actually be expecting or anticipating some kind of movement that will give us our appropriate 1 to 5, but at least we will use it to hedge this particular trade here. So if at all, if for adventure this trade transcend this trade, then we will have extra 4 year to compensate our loss on this one. So, and that will be extra 5, and we still have extra one will be compensating this trade, and the other 4 will be our gain. But personally, I've entered the trace from this internal structure, combining with the one I gave previously in my last episode, then making two trades. Plus this one, and then what do we see? Yesterday, we see that price did enter into the breaker block and it gave us some kind of nice swing from the level. And mind you, from our previous analysis, EST happened to be our weak low, regardless. And here is our strong high, which we are still anticipating that price might be protected from this level into this low, and we can have what is it called? Can have this low being taken out, whichever way. So, but nonetheless, having this kind of something, and mind you, from this level, we are anticipating to buy. And at the same time, we have this level which is preventing price from going forward. So we are locked within this within this internal range now. And from the kind of uh price action we are seeing, there is no imbalance. Price is just moving up and down and giving us proper mitigation of all the levels, which make us to be locked in between, a ranging market, but in a non-trend ranging market for that matter. So So we are locked within a non-trend reading market now. And anything can happen from this level. We can either break above and continue to move high, or this breaker block can continue to come down. But because of my business these days, I was very, very busy to give updates on what is actually going on. So, but from this particular level here now, as you can see, this breaker block is giving us some price reaction into the low. And anything can happen. The reason why I'm not banking on these two down close candle is because of the fact that we didn't have any imbalance within the leg. And if we check on lower time frame, we will see there is actually no imbalance from the level, except this particular low here. But the internal structure that was created above actually give us something. And as you can see, this internal structure give a price reaction into the eye. But because we are not actively in the market, in trying to navigate through whatever that we can take within it, we are unable to capitalize on all these levels. So because of the price actions we are having, we have to be very, very careful in navigating through the market. So now that we have this particular level and we have some kind of reaction from the breaker block, what I'm actually anticipating next, because if we check through daily appropriately, and the reason why we are doing some kind of analysis, I actually know where I want to take trades from, but I'm just kind of trying to explain it so that at least if you are taking the trades, you know the reason why I am taking my trades from that level. I've already take my trades. I've already analyzed where I'm taking my trades from, and I already have my sell here. I don't know. The sell is already there, so this is my sell. So, but I'm just taking my time to kind of do the analysis for us so that at least we'll be able to kind of know what we are dealing with currently in the market. So, okay, and that's the reason why I'm giving some explanation. So we are locked in between this range within the market. So we have our sell being activated and our buy also being activated, and we are in profit within the two levels. So, but we are locked within the levels. So anything can happen from the level, and we can continue to do what to sell, or we can continue to buy. So now, because of the fact that okay, I'm into two buy and one sell, but I figure out from this particular level because we have a very pure swing from this level. This is lower high. Yeah, this is high. This is another lower, higher low here. So we have this high, we have, this is a complete swing on the daily something. So, and we are opening, another something is opening. So we can particularly have this internal structure being capitalized on again. This internal structure might give us a kind of reclaim internal structure. If we study it, at least this particular level is supposed to hold pricing to going forward. But what do we have? We have a break of the something and it was closed below. So now, and that's the reason why I'm kind of thinking that this internal reclaim internal structure might be used to sell further into the something. So if we check on 1 hour, you see the alignment with this particular level here. And we have a little fair value gap here, which is furthering suggesting the fact that okay, we can be having some kind of reaction. We can capitalize on it. Everything is risk. So we've got to be very, very careful in taking our trades. And we have another level here, which might be a buying point, but I'm not trusting it anyway. because I'm already in two buys, so I'm not willing to enter another buy to to further to further increase my risk in the market. I'm already exposed to 2% of the something. And at the same time, so I have like 6% on the old trades that I have. But I'm kind of going to be increasing my sell because of this breaker block. Might actually sell further because it happens to be a very, very low range something. So the breaker block might actually give us 1 to 5 before going back into the ice. And if it did come back, our two buys are safe. So, and looking from this particular level again, and where I actually want to sell from on daily, which I'm actually thinking why sell from, which is this particular level here, I'll combine this internal structure. So, kind of thinking as 28, it's in the market, and that's kind of massive, I guess. FXM actually did that analysis, and it's not up to that's my okay. Okay, nonetheless, we have 28.8. And so if we can just increase it to 29, and that would be minus 5 from 150, that would give us 145 pips. 145 pips, which will give us profit 125. But as you can see, the take profit of this one is below this level, and I still lie within this leg. But you know, anything can happen in the market, so there is nothing. So every possibility is actually anything is possible within the market. So from that level forward, there is another level that I have here that I'm actually considering to buy from because we have this imbalance here and we have this particular leg here. And this imbalance, actually, we did have some kind of reaction back into the level and we are buying from this level. But if peradventure, this internal breaker block did sell and transcend below our reclaim mitigation block and internal structure, then automatically we can be considering to buy from this level here. And we have this very, very big imbalance here. And if we check through daily, we will see I'm talking about, as you can see, even on daily, it's kind of behave like it did mitigate the something. But personally, I still believe that, okay, I'm hoping that we can still have some kind of reaction from that level, which might actually originate from this particular leg here. So which will be our reclaim other block for that matter. Because personally, I'm expecting this leg is supposed to send price lower. And it did set price lower. But what do we have from the level? We have some kind of retracement and price did just, it moved within an instant. And you can see, even on 50 minutes, we didn't have any kind of reaction from the level. It just move and create a very massive liquidity void within the level. But this leg here might actually be reclaimed eventually in the market. So, and that's the reason why we're going to be taking those two trades plus our three trades that we have in the market. So this level is going to be our reclaim order block for that matter. And we'll be buying from this level. We'll also be selling from here, and then we still have two days to buy. So that's the reason why proper risk management is very, very important in the market. So you have to know, and personally, I can accommodate all these trades, and my account will still be in good position. So whichever one comes first, at least we have how many trades on now. So if we are taking another trade from this level, if we are buying from this particular level, uh are buying from this level here. Okay, let's do that on 4 hour. Excuse me. So if we are taking a trade from this level, that's 45, 455, and that will be giving us 455 times 5. That will be giving us 225.5 pips in the market and giving us 1 to 5, proper 1 to 5 in the market. So So we have how many trades on now? We have this buy one, two. I mean this sell one, two, sell one, two, three, four, five. So whichever one, if it is our buy that actually did material, if our sell did materialize, if we sell from this level and this also these two get, then we have proper 1 to 10 in the market, which we hedge out these two trades that we are initially on. Then if we run into this level, that's massive 1 to 15 for us. So that'll be at least all for now. So we'll be adding these two trades plus our trade, and we're going to move from that level. So thank you very much. Have a lovely night and a profitable day, week, month ahead.